What's up, you guys? It's Mary,
And Amma.
and we are reviewing Love During Lockup.
Yes.
And it has been quite a bit
Ugh.
tonight. You know, I did want to go straight into that girl nudes being leaked, but we're going to start with Indy and Harry. Now, she's the one who has
She's moving to Ohio.
She's moved to Ohio, and she has a mom who's a bounty hunter.
Yes.
Which I don't think makes a lick of sense. You have, what, 2 kids, and you're moved to Ohio to be with a convict? That doesn't make sense.
One daughter. Is there another child?
I think she has, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. That doesn't make sense. You have no family over there. You know nobody in Ohio. You want to move from Maryland to Ohio to somebody who's unreliable. I never think that.
Well, I need someone who's just come out of prison, and
you
don't know
free.
if he's talking to other people.
If
he's talking to you, I'm sure there's another woman who's talking to him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you just have to be careful. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, it really just doesn't make.
I mean, it's good that the mom, and I guess that's the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the one child I'm seeing. I thought I heard her say she has 2 kids, but maybe it's an older child.
Maybe
that she has who is not going to come with her.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she has an older child that's past the age of 18.
Yeah.
You know, but the mom is so sweet. She's at least going to go with her, and I guess that's her brother, and they're going to go together with her to Ohio to make sure that, she's settled in and stuff. So, I mean, good for a mama.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to leave your children to make their mistakes. You know?
Yeah.
She is determined. She's not listening to anything. Even though the mother showed her a charge for him, like kidnapping.
Yeah.
You know? And she's like... And the mom knows. She knows about the prisoners, and, she has her access. But Indy's not listening. She's like, I am going to be in Ohio. I'm starting a life with Harry, and that's it. I don't care what you say. It does not matter to me what he has done in his past. He did that when he was 20, and I don't care. I love him, and that's, And the thing is about this show, when I've never been incarcerated, but I just think about it. You're a prisoner, right? You don't have access to like a cell phone and stuff. You are going to write these long love letters, and you're going to give all these promises. But I think that I don't want to say delusional, but I think it's just naive if you think that someone who was incarcerated is going to come out and I guess they're just going to be loyal to you completely, like how they were when they were in prison. No. Because once they get their freedom and they meet up with other people and they have assistance from someone else, they're not going to be there. And I don't know. She hasn't said how much she has spent on him. Has she? I didn't hear.
She said thousands, I believe.
Okay, because her mom asked her, yes. And then you have Gabby, the one whose guy, what's his name? I think his name is Chris, I think.
Yeah, Chris.
Her guy, he was beaten really badly.
By the cops.
Right, while he was in jail. And so he won a lawsuit, and he was given $150,000. He gave her $60,000, which she did buy a car. I don't know if she got a place. She was looking at places. I really hope she got a place at least, because she now says the money is done. She was at the wedding. She was trying on wedding dresses.
Yeah.
It was over $20,000 for the
it was
wedding
$30,000 for one, and she wanted to get a second one that was $20,000.
And she
called the lawyer, and
he's
like, "Look, I need a written statement from my client." And he is actually not like in the conventional area where you are locked up in the prison, but there's another place in prison where you go down and it's basically like the sunk hole or whatever.
Okay.
where you are like in this enclosed room. There's no light, there's no windows, like there's nothing. Like,
Like
it's literally just
solitary,
four
just
concrete
him, right?
walls.
Yeah.
Like, and they have to shove your food to you through like a little slot.
And they do that when you're
You've broken rules.
Yeah, right. You've
And what
broken
he
some
did is
rules and stuff.
and the thing is that he did is he went and used somebody else's minutes to talk to her. So that's why he got into solitary confinement.
Okay.
So he needed written thing, and he can't write to anybody. He can't see nobody. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
So that's why the lawyer was like, "No, I can't do it." And she had like a little temper tantrum, threw down her phone, threw down the tiara, which I'm sure she had to pay for.
Mm-hmm. And then she called the mom, and the mom was pretty much saying to her, "I'm gonna go. He's gonna be out in 2 days, and I'm gonna."
Well,
go
this
pick
was
him
after.
Up.
This was after the whole wedding thing or whatever.
Yeah.
She stormed off. This was the next day where she said she wants to do some retail therapy, whatever money she had left. And she was calling the mom to ask when he's going to come out. And she was like, "Oh, he already told me that I shouldn't tell you," or something like that.
Like not to for her not to pick him up.
Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, he is definitely going to want me to be there. He won't even let you go if I'm not there or whatever."
I'm not replaceable. Apparently, his family thinks that she's a gold digger. So she told the mom, "I'm not replaceable." And the mom was like, "We'll see about that. We'll see about that."
Yeah.
Mama.
Because the mom was like, "You only get one mom." And she's like, "Well, you only get one wife because I'm not replaceable." I'm like, "Girl, bye. People get replaced every day in marriages."
And then his ex-girlfriend recorded him, or some lady recorded him laughing because saying that,
well,
but she said that she's supposed to marry him. In fact, she even went looking for wedding place venues. And he's telling this other woman, to the point that the woman recorded him and sent it to Gabby, where he was laughing in the background saying, "No, she's not my wife, or she's not going to be my wife."
Yeah.
So, and now he's out of prison, but he's avoiding her. She said, "Why don't we hang out?" And he's like, "Oh, tomorrow I have to go, to work and this and that." Now, you haven't seen her all this time. It's kind of a red flag that you don't even have time. I mean, she can come over while you're eating lunch, right?
Yeah.
Something. So maybe he is trying. I really hope she saved some of the $60,000. Actually, I don't think so, because she said she's out of money. She went back to the strip club to do, be like a bottle.
She's a bottle girl. You know those girls who bring out the bottles and whatever.
Yeah. So she. I think that's a cat. But so she said she went back there. She said, but he'll be upset if he knew that she was back in the strip club doing the bottle girl stuff. But so that is Gabby, and then our favorite girl.
I don't know what her name is, but she said she has
is
talked
it Ty? Ty.
Yeah, it's Ty.
Her name is Ty.
She's a mortician.
Yeah.
And she has talked to over 500 inmates.
Yes.
She keeps them in rotation.
Like, she knows who she's talking to. But her favorite is Hottie. Who she has given $15,000.
$15,000.
You don't need to be giving any man $15,000.
You don't even need to give him $1,000.
He is in jail. What does he need $15,000 for?
You know what I find so funny? They rob the prisoners of money with the restitution, then they rob the suckers that go and date them.
It's just so ridiculous.
Because they have to pay for the phone, they have to pay to get cigarettes. But I didn't know they could buy cigarettes in jail.
Yeah, I did not know that.
You can get little candy, chocolate, or whatever stuff. So, of course.
I saw an interview that one of the prisoners was giving.
Crazy.
And they were saying, you can go and buy, you need money because, if you want to get something, I don't know, maybe like a certain soap or, like you said, cigarettes or some candy, some snack.
Yeah.
You're able to do that.
So they robbing you folks who are there dating these inmates as well.
Yeah, there was an inmate. I know what documentary I was reading. There was an inmate, and I don't know if he's still. I have to look him up again to see if he finally got out. But he was in jail he had already served over 20 years. He got there when he was a teenager. He murdered someone. It was like they were going to steal and then murdered the person because the person, I think, got out. They weren't expecting him to be there or whatever. But so he's in jail for murder. while he was there, he started investing. He learned about the stock market, and he has even given like some TED talks about it. And he taught like the prisoners how to save money, how to invest in the stock. And he was even saying that just doing that, he doesn't use his money. That's how I knew that. That's when I knew. I said, "Oh, they can go get candy and all this stuff." He's like, he doesn't use his money for that. He puts it in the stock, and he buys like this stocks that cost like very little money. And he has been able to have about $40,000 in savings just doing this. No, $60,000 just doing this. I don't know if you guys ever heard. I will try and find it again. If you look it up on YouTube, you're sure to find the prisoner who knows about stock and stuff like that. But that was very interesting. So yeah. So they do have that money, and so he gave her 60,000. She had 90,000. Oh, we finished talking about Gabby. Sorry, we're talking about Hottie.
Tay and Hottie. It just doesn't
Hottie.
make any sense for you to be like here having all these men in rotation, and then you're giving 15,000, and then you have to deal with some girl who's calling you and contacting you saying that I'm his woman.
That has to be about half of her paycheck or a third of her paycheck.
I just thought it was so weird that she's here saying that she will never have love from another man than a man who's in prison. Listen, if a man want to go cheat, a man gonna cheat. Men, like, you ain't special just because the man in jail, just because he ain't putting his penis in somebody don't mean he ain't cheating. And because they have conjugal visits where you can go and have sex with them. And then he could be talking to 15 different people. He ain't got nothing but time to be talking to somebody. You are not special, boo. Like, for real. If a man want to go cheat, a man gonna go cheat.
It makes me wonder kind of like, what is her relationship with her dad? Was her father in prison? You know, because why are you attracted to someone who's in prison?
I think her dad was in jail or something.
Okay. So, you know, and then now his ex-girlfriend, who he says is his ex-girlfriend, but this girl gave him her stimulus check. Okay. So I don't think that's an ex-girlfriend. And he was like, she gave me her stimulus check. I guess insinuating that the girl is trying to buy him with money, but he can't be bought. It is you I love. Of course he loves you. You've given him $15,000. Of course he loves you. He wants to have that money continue to come in, and then his girlfriend, tell them what the girlfriend did, the ex-girlfriend.
No, but before that, because she was really upset with him about this girl, because she keeps on blowing up her phone like 20 times a dollar.
Her name is Boston. I think
like,
it's a nickname.
Yeah, like 20 times a day. She's calling this girl, like harassing her or whatever stuff. So he said, you know what, just check my Facebook. I'm going to let you know. You ain't even got to worry about her no more. So he basically cussed the girl out on Facebook, said that Tay is my B-I-T-C-H, and she said, I'm your woman, not your B-I-T-C-H. Mm-hmm. And then he was going off saying that F you, Boston, I don't even F with you no more. So the next day, guess what she did? She goes and posts on her Facebook her nudes that she gave to Hottie. At least 10.
She posted
her nudes.
Ty's nudes. The news that she gave to Hottie. This girl, I guess, broke into his Facebook.
His private Facebook account and posted her nudes. Like, areolas, everything. Like, honey, it was all over the Facebook.
Yeah, now they're going to go meet up. And I guess it's going to be a fight. But we'll be here for it next week.
I just think it's really a mess. Like, why even waste your time?
She seems like a nice girl.
She seems lost.
You know, that when I see stuff like that, it saddens me because, you know, she's employed, right?
She's a mortician.
She has a career, you know, and I actually think her boss likes her. That's what I think.
I think she should just I think she should just start dating the boss
but she has started dating people who are not in jail. Remember the guy?
I mean, look, this lady pulled out 4 or 5 different phones on the date and then went and took a phone call from the girl that has been harassing her. And even the man was like, I mean, something fishy.
She just put it out.
She was because one of her phones kept on ringing, so she was putting them out there to see which one was ringing. And he was like,
she got 4 phones.
Yeah. And then I guess he said she was being so overly dramatic because she was like, "Oh my God, you're so nice. The way you're taking care of me is so." Which I guess is why, because she hasn't dated anybody in the real world in 4 years.
Yeah.
So she's
just
like
being prisoners.
Yeah. So she's just like, "Oh my God, you're so nice. And if you continue to treat me this way, I'm gonna let you cut something else." I don't know if she meant kill somebody. I don't even know what the hell.
Probably like I mean, you get to do some stuff with me.
So you gonna slice me or something? I don't even know what the hell that meant. That was just a mess.
Maybe butter her up.
I don't know. But then she went in and kissed him at the end, and she's like rubbing his bald head and like going all extra. I'm like, girl.
I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm like,
so well.
Girl, you need to date men. And then she's like, but like the thing is, I would never get the love that I want from a man who's out here because you don't know what he's doing. You don't know what the hell he's doing in prison either.
The thing is, they're in prison.
I guess she wants an emotional connection,
but
girl,
nothing else to do but do the emotional connection. You know what would be great? If after they came out of prison, they took that part of it, the emotional connection with a woman, and continue that.
That almost never happens.
But once they get out, it's like that other guy was saying, the one from season 1.
Mm-hmm.
What Garrett? He said that when you come out of prison, you overdo it. You can easily get into trouble because you want to do all those things you couldn't do, like drinking, partying, doing all that.
Living your life, traveling, whatever.
And that does not include that lady you were writing letters to. The last thing they're trying to do is write a letter to you, or let's get
married, let's have a family,
and spiritual level.
Ain't no man trying to do that after you get out of prison.
They're not thinking about that.
Which I think is weird. Like, you are here in the real world. Why? Like, which is why I always say people who kind of do this stuff. Like, I don't want to say they're selfish, but they just there's a little bit of a tendency of selfishness and a little tendency of control.
Yes.
Because why would you go be with somebody who's in prison, who has not had anything in their life, has had no rights, can't even smell fresh air like you do, and you take for granted.
Yeah.
And then you want him to come and shackle with you, get married, have babies, all this stuff, and be like, F what you got going on.
And I tell you, they also, I am sure they will view that as a prison also. When they come and be with you.
And then you're here giving me curfew.
You're telling them, like that lady, what's that?
Brittany and that guy.
Remember?
Talking about let's have babies, let's have
like
girl,
right
whatever.
now, like you're
this man has restitution.
He's an animal.
$200,000.
We gotta do it right now. We gotta have sex now. We gotta have our baby. You gotta tell me you want to marry me. Like,
you should took your ass to the post office and married the post office man if you wanted kids right now. Not no prisoner who has to pay $200,000 in restitution, and then you want him to give you an engagement ring. Then you get mad when you use your promise ring. Girl, bye. Yeah. Like, really.
And that's just another form of control. How about that older guy who was also trying to control that lady?
I don't want to vomit.
So it's all about control, and you want the people. They were in prison, so they know how that feels like. That's why it doesn't last, because when they come to you, you also have your kind of prison. And they're not going to put up with that. Because they're like, I am free. I am not in prison no more. I don't need to do all this with you.
Yeah.
And then you feel bad, and then the cycle continues to repeat itself. But talking about control, how about the girl with she has like black hair here and white hair here?
She's weird. Why are you going to meet this man's father when he don't even get along with the father?
And he told you not to go.
Where they do that at?
And this guy, he's very controlling with her. He doesn't want her to go out. He tells her...
That man looks crazy. Y'all see the mugshot?
He seems like, this is not a man you need to play with. I don't know what he's in jail for. But she needs to be very, very careful. And
then she was taking her son to the prison to meet this man who ain't even his damn father.
I am so happy that her father, her
baby daddy said.
Yeah, he was like, no.
He's like, no. He said, that's how I grew up, with me putting my hand on the glass to see my dad. He want taking my son, and I'm not even in jail.
Exactly.
Why they do that?
It's like, I've worked hard so I don't follow that lifestyle, and now
you take your crazy self to go do that.
So I'm happy he stood his ground.
And she said she's not gonna take him no more.
Yeah, I'm happy he stood his ground. I said, I just say no, don't do that. But that guy seems very controlling. He hangs up on her. He tells her, she'll tell him, "Oh, I want to go out with this girlfriend of mine or whatever." He tells her who she should go out with. He's in prison. I know they're in a relationship.
You is stupid, girl.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
But it's so.
I wouldn't even be telling that man nothing that I'm doing.
And then
I wouldn't date a prisoner point blank period.
She's sad. She has already gone and bought. She also came into some money. I don't know where she got her money from, but she also came into some money. She has bought a house for her and her son and Dalton. Dalton, that's his name. Like, I just don't know what to say. It's just, when I see shows like this, sometimes it makes me sad. Because I just feel like the people who go for the inmate, like Dante, poor Dante, like they have.
I don't even want to talk about that person. That man.
That's going on with them. There's a sadness. There's a loneliness. You know, like that lady who's with Hardy, Ty. You know, Ty. You know, her father was in prison, so obviously he was not there for her, and she is still looking in that wilderness to find love from a prisoner. I think and she's not aware of it yet, to make up for that love that she did not get from her incarcerated father. But
we also I want to talk about this other fool.
Which one?
The white guy who's living with the girl who was the only.
We forgot about. Can we talk about it?
I'm sorry. The thing is, you cannot do bad things to people and not think that bad is going to come to you.
Yeah.
You're here with this girl who obviously likes you. You're
She
here
does
doing
like
OnlyFans with her.
Yes.
You're using her. She's
Yes.
there paying rent or whatever
You
stuff.
stay at her
You're
place.
sleeping in the same. No, she stays with him. I don't think she had a place or whatever. You're sleeping in the same exact bed.
No, that's why he moved out. That's her place. That's why he moved out and he's sleeping in his friend's house now.
I don't know whose place it is, but y'all let us know in the comments.
Okay.
But I mean, you're there doing OnlyFans for her. Also, this is why I don't like it sometimes this show, because like women, you're here subjecting yourself to all types of foolishness.
Exactly. They started as
friends.
You mix the sex in there.
So
you were
benefits.
hoping that he will actually want, and a lot of times women do this. They get into a relationship. First, it's friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get into a relationship. They really want a relationship. They don't want no situationship.
Yeah.
But they will compromise, hoping that once they start having sex with a guy and giving him what he wants, they are hoping that he will give them love and intimacy and that emotional part of it. And that's not the case. They will use you, and they'll still go find somebody else.
It's easier for women to be sympathetic. It's not that easy for men to be sympathetic.
I mean, they're very very practical.
Men, they are more so about respect. When a woman keeps her standards and follows those and does not is wishy-washy with it, they usually are more inclined to kind of lean towards what she's wanting than when you give in and you're just there like, I'm gonna keep hope alive.
When you give in to all of these things, whether it's threesomes, poly, whatever it is they want to call it, and all this crap, when you give into stuff like that, the guy doesn't respect you. He really doesn't, and he will never marry you. And if he does marry you, it's
a matter of time.
It might even be like for a business wise. Maybe he gets some kind of tax cut because now he's married. It's never because he loves you. Don't even fool yourself. That's why you gotta be true to yourself. If this is something you want a relationship and that person is not willing to give it to you except you do X, Y, Z that you don't feel comfortable with, don't start it.
Yeah.
Just say no. It's best to wait until you find someone who actually wants the same things you want.
And the thing is,
but
men
a lot of young
know.
women make this mistake. They feel like, if I just give in, I did the same thing too when I was younger. If I just give in, he will love me or whatever. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
And men can always tell when you like them, and when they can tell when you like them, when you want to be with them, and that you're acquiescing, and that you're lowering your value. They know all that.
Is
facts.
They know who the doormat is. They have all the women in their little compartments. Doormats.
Now they keep on the shelf. Doormats.
The woman who I have to work a little harder for.
She right there.
The person I can go to her house and eat.
Right there.
You know, one I can crash in if I need alone. I can, you know, like
yeah. They have all the different types of women. So please, boo, do not sit here and think that. I mean, listen. It's from experience.
Let me tell you, what would be great? What would be great? If a man goes here and the woman has her standards and he goes to everybody, you will see men, they will level up. If all the women around them, nobody's giving in, they will level up.
Yeah.
So talking about this guy, she wanted more. You can tell she likes him. He does not care for her at all.
Yeah.
And so
very rude.
He was with some prisoner. He was looking forward to her coming out. Yeah, and she's out of jail. She's been out of jail for 1 week.
And she has refused to call him. She never texted him, never called him, nothing.
He did not even know she was getting out of prison.
You can't do bad stuff to people and think that you're going to have your life all good. That's not how it goes.
I'm sure he sent her some money. So now he's trying to talk to somebody else, and he's hoping that the one who ghosted him will come back. Like you said, what goes around comes around.
Like that Justin Timberlake song.
You using that woman. This one used you, and it's like, bye.
Karma is very real, y'all.
You were there for me while I was in prison. Don't need you anymore. I'm out.
Bye bye. But yes, y'all, this show is just exhausting. But anyway, I'm very much looking forward to Tay going and beating up that girl. Show. I have been watching it for a while. Mom has not wanted to review it. Mom was not trying to review it at all.
Because I feel sometimes it makes me feel sad for the women.
Yeah.
You know, and or whoever, like Dante. Dante is a man. It made me feel sad for him too, because that woman
hard to feel sorry for Dante, because this man be
using her left and right. Oh my goodness!
It's hard to feel sorry for Dante because this man be going in with his eyes wide open.
He had given her over $30,000.
And she had not given him sex. Nothing. I don't even think she had kissed him.
Yeah. Nothing. She didn't want a relationship.
She didn't want to be touched by that man.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it's like you had your mom, you had your friend. Right. Everybody warned you several different times, and you just kept on going there with your eyes wide open.
And his poor mom.
Where Nicole at?
Yeah, but she did the right thing. His mom.
She asked if I had dropped you on your head when you were a child.
You know, because you always wonder when your child is doing some odd things. You're just like,
where I go wrong?
Like where? Yeah, you are looking at yourself, your own mothering stuff. You're like, what happened? You know. So, but it's nothing happened. It's just we all have to grow. You know, I had to go through it. You know, people have to go. You know. I mean, I wish you'll get to a point where young people will begin to listen to people who are older, giving them advice, and just heed the advice and be like, you know something, I don't want to go through this mess. But, you know, when you're young, it's hard to listen to other people because you think you know it all. That's part of, you know, your growth. Yeah. But thank you so much.
That boss, I think he likes her, but he just be like...
He's waiting patiently for her to see him.
I guess. But here she is going in the back of the mortician place to go talk to this fool. But anyway, y'all, it is Mary.
Wow, she's at work. And Amma.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like.
Yes. Subscribe.
Comment.
And share.
Because we are lit over here. But yes, we will be back, I think, Sunday.
Great weekend.
Yes.
We're going to see what's on tomorrow. And if there's nothing on there,
we'll probably do the Clayton.
Yeah,
we haven't done those yet.
We have missed a couple of that one.
I watched the second. I watched the third. I think it was the third episode I watched this past week. Okay. Mom was not feeling well.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to review without her. So we are going to try to review that tomorrow if there's no other shows. If you guys have a show that y'all want us to review tomorrow, put it down below.
Yes.
But if not, we will be back Sunday.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Bye.